Ben, after a long summer break, obviously coming into the Nürburgring, you knew it was a critical weekend, and you knew that Hager would have time to recover, which he did, and he looked strong, getting a good pole position. It was always going to be a tough weekend at a place you'd never come to.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was one of those things a lot of people didn't know, but we had a high side in the rain on the first day. The second day we had a low side in the second free practice and missed pretty much most of that, and I didn't do me or my team any favors this weekend, and was a bit off the pace in qualifying and just tried to get as far up as I could. And for Nori, I knew this is a really strong track for him. He's usually very fast here and had a good year last year, and was important. And just woke up this morning and just kind of tried to wash everything clean and refocus, and went out there and was quickest and warm up, and then got the first race win. And then the second race, it didn't go quite like I'd want it to, and we ran into a couple small problems in the race, but I rode as hard as I could, and Johnny was just too quick and didn't make any mistakes, and but we were there. We came from like ninth place up to second, and at least got up there, and we were quick, so we just didn't quite start out where we needed to, and it was just a tough race. But again, I rode as hard as I could, and that's all we could do. And but it was a good weekend. I mean, to come in and leave with the points lead, and I know Haga didn't have a great second race, but between me and him with luck this year, that's how things go. And just got to keep pushing, and that's what I had to do from being about 80 some odd points back. So we just got to take a couple weeks off now and regroup and go to Imola, and we had a good test there and try to be fast again.
How significant is it finally to get that championship lead? It's not that big a lead, but it's big enough for you to at least take a breath and know that you can go to Imola, go to Magny-Cours, and go to the final race at Portimao fighting from a lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's 18 points is nothing with this championship, but it's the first time we've led it. We're how many races deep now, and from being 80 some odd points out, people thought it would be impossible, and now we're back in it, and it just proves we've been strong this year. We've just not had the greatest of luck, and I've kept pushing. I've been trying for the team and myself, and every time we're on the bike, I push as hard as I can, and it's got us back in contention. And now we go to a track I've tested at. 2 of the next 3 tracks I know. Now I have a lead, and I'm happy about it. I know 2 of the tracks we're going to be strong at. The last race of the year, for sure, the bike works really well there. I feel like I'm pretty fast there, and Magny-Cours is a little bit of an unknown, and just like a lot of places were this year. And then Imola, we had the test, so I'm pretty confident. And now that we have a points lead, it's you don't have to. You can have a bad race and be okay. So we've got that in the back of the mind. But right now we've got 6 races left, so we've got we need to basically win 4 of them, and then we'll be looking pretty.
And also, Nürburg's shown us that it's not just going to be you and Nori. There are others who are going to try to take points off you, Jonathan Rea being one.
Yeah, I mean, Johnny rode great today, and there was a lot of fast guys in the second race, and in this weekend, it wasn't just me and Nori always setting the pace, but it's contract time too, so people are stepping up, and it's funny how that works, but it's that's just how it is for the rest of the year, and realistically, me or Nori's going to win the title this year. Everybody else is too far out of it, and it's hard to say that Fabrizio's totally out of it, but me and Nori are basically going to have to give the title away, and it can happen for one person, but to both of us, kind of have that bad of a year, I would say the title's pretty much down to me and him. So that's how it kind of usually goes down here. There's about 3 guys that stay in it, then the last 8 races it gets decided. So that's how it is, and it's going to be a fight. I just Nori's a great competitor. I've already texted him since the second race, and we're starting to plan another dinner. And he said, "Oh, shit for bad luck and all this." And I said, "Hey, keep pushing." That's what I had to do all year long. And I said either way, I just texted him either way at the end of the race, end of the year, we'll have a beer and whatever, and whoever wins the title, that's just how it is. So it's going to be a dogfight, and we're going to bring it every lap of every race and see what we can do. But it's going to be a tough one.
It's fascinating to see 2 sportsmen, and I can't think of tennis or any other form of motorsport where you'd have that relationship. You certainly didn't have it with Matt Mladen in AMA. You went tooth and tooth, but do you enjoy that camaraderie?
Yeah, I mean it's good because it just makes it not easy, but you can congratulate and you can talk after the race and before the race and stuff. And, when we go on the track, me and Nori, we don't, as you can see in the first race, we went at it. He was right on me. I was basically slower than him in the first section, and the last person that was passing me was him. And it's, it makes it fun because you know each other a little bit more. But, I mean, I'm the type of person, it doesn't matter if it's a brother or, somebody from Japan. I can get along with them, and I'm going to race them the exact same as their family or not. And that's just because, it's not always about winning. It's not wanting to lose. That's what it is. Everybody's like, oh, you got the taste of winning. That's what drives you and stuff. And I think it's the taste of when you lose, you don't want to do that. So that's me and him both have that, and we can get along and talk about it afterwards. And that's an important thing for a rivalry. I think it even makes it better. And like I said, it's going to be a tough last 6 races, and we're going to bring our game, and the best guy's going to win this year, and we'll pat each other on the back at the end of the day.
Another good thing for you and the team is the settlement as you head into those last few races. Finally, the speculation is over. You can announce that you will be staying with Yamaha for the next 2 years. How does that make you feel? How do you feel about that? Are you happy to be what you're doing, which is supposedly 1 year in World Superbikes next year, and then onto MotoGP?
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm really happy with I said when I came to the World Superbike team, I didn't want to just come to Yamaha and leave. I wanted to stay with the Yamaha family, and we've agreed on a 2-year deal with Yamaha the next couple of years, and that's the most important thing, is staying with the Yamaha family wherever I'm racing, and I'm looking forward to it. So the next couple of years, I'm going to be on a Yamaha and going to be fighting as hard as I can wherever that may be, and we'll see. It's a great family, and right now with the World Superbike, the World Supersport and MotoGP, it's a pretty good brand to be with too.
I can see that you're happy in World Superbike and enjoying, and now you've taken the championship probably even more. But the press release did say they foresee you next year. It's an interesting word because it doesn't absolutely concrete it. Can you clarify that? Is there an option?
I mean, there's many options in different contracts, and all I can say is I'm going to be on a Yamaha in the next couple of years, and that's the most important thing. Like I said, it's at the end of the day that's being with Yamaha is the number one goal. Where that is, we don't know right now, but it's World Superbike for next year, MotoGP the year after, and then things could change down the road, but right now that's the set plan.
Finally, looking ahead to Imola, obviously it's a great place to go, a fantastic track, and as you know your history, Edwards, Bayliss, some of the great races of the championships have been down there over the years. Do you see the same for 2 weeks' time?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. It's going to be it's Ducati's backyard again, being there, and we know the Ducatis have a small advantage there for sure. But I think it's going to be good. I think the bike's going to work good, and I've tested there, so I at least have a base plan from there. And one of my favorite races was Bayliss and Edwards back in, what was it, 2002 maybe, or 2001, and it was a great race, and I could see me and Nori doing that again this year. But I think there's going to be some other people there for sure. So now it's not always about me beating Nori or Nori beating me. It's trying to get as many points as possible and win when you can, and that's what we're going to try to do. These last 6 races, I'm not going to think about the championship till we get to Portugal, and then the last 2 races, because there's still 50 points to grab there. So there's no sense in looking at it right now. We're going to Imola, and Magny-Cours is going for race wins, and that's what we got to do.
Congratulations on your 18-point lead. Take a rest. We'll see you in Imola.
Thank you.